guys. So I haven't been on here for a very long time. We kind of took a break from the garden. Not really a break, but it was winter time and we kind of just wanted to see what the garden would look like if we didn't put it to bed and just left it the way it is. So right now what I'm doing is we put a 20 by 100 piece of plastic over the whole garden, and our garden is 25 by 100 roughly, give or take 2 or 3 feet, just because there were large clumps of grass that were growing. We've had a lot of rain, we've had some sunny days and warm days, so between the grass and the weeds growing, we needed an easier way to kind of knock out the grass and the weeds and the wild onions. I tried putting our chickens in here a couple of times. They're still kind of young. They don't know what in the world they're doing, so we just said forget it. And so I mentioned putting the piece of dark plastic to kind of smother out the weeds and the grass seeds and some of the bugs, hopefully. Last year we had some issues with vine borers, cucumber beetles, trying to think what else. We had a lot of flea beetles, flea bugs, whatever, and some Japanese beetles, but unless you try to wipe them out or whatever, they're still going to be coming back. And I have a little girl trampling on my plastic right now, so I'll be right back. So anyway, trying to get some of the logs from the trees that we cut down this past summer, and to just kind of reinforce it, because the wind that we had last night took out the plastic. So all of this on this side of the fence was blown over almost halfway. The bricks just weren't heavy enough, and I kind of had an idea that that would happen, but I'm just putting some of the wood that we collected and put it on a pile and put it in the gorilla cart. This gorilla cart has been a saving grace. If you don't have one, if you can budget for one, I definitely recommend you invest in it, because I'm able to put half a dozen logs. I can put half a dozen logs on the cart and haul it myself. And if that was the case, I'd be working a very, very long time without it. So anyway, we are under tornado warning right now in Southwest Virginia. And that's why I'm trying to get the plastic covered, because this plastic was $100 and we cannot afford to have it rip. And so there's 2 little holes on it already from the kale stalks, because it got really woody after the kale died back. So I'm trying to be careful. I am wearing my muck boots because there's water on the plastic from yesterday's rain. So anyway, let me get back to doing what I was doing. Okay, so now I'm back in the house. I finished putting down the last few little logs that I needed. So yeah, we are under the tornado warning, and the reason why we didn't put the garden to bed in the wintertime, we wanted to kind of experiment and see. We have been doing the back to Eden method with our garden, and we use grass clippings from when we mow the yard and just kind of pile that on the rows. I'm trying to think, because we ended up putting some straw in the aisles, the walkways, but we were putting the dead grass on the rows just to kind of create like a mulch for the plants. And we wanted to see how well all of that would decompose and how much how many weeds and grass it would kind of block out. And it is fly season now. There's a fly on my cabinet. We have a chicken farm down the road, and apparently they breed soldier flies for the chicken manure and stuff, and I found a cat in my pocket. But anyway, so with all the snow and everything, and then the warm weather that we kind of got hit with, it's been a couple of days, it's been in the 70s for February, and now it's March 3rd. So we kind of didn't really pay any mind to it. I wanted to leave any kind of the vegetation, any of the dead flowers, the stalks and stuff, in case some of the bees and other bugs, beneficial pollinators, laid their eggs in there. But we kind of just chopped that down yesterday. It was a sore to look at, and now the yard actually looks decent. And it's pretty clear. So instead of working harder and ripping the clumps of grass and disturbing the soil and aerating everything and kind of giving the weeds a leg up on their germination, I told my husband, just let's bite the bullet and get a box of the black plastic and just lay it down. So a 20 by 100 foot of plastic, I think we got it at Rural King, I can't say it, we just call it RK, but a box of that was $99.99. So we went ahead and got it. Hopefully, at the end of the season, what we'll do is just, in 9 weeks, I'm aiming for May 1st to be, transplant date after kind of hardening off the seedlings and everything. I have started a few things, but that's a talk for another day. But after that, we're going to kind of see how much that plastic worked, and then at the end of the season, we'll just unroll it and replace it for the whole season. But that's kind of where we're at now, getting ready. We're excited. This last year was our first full head-on garden season, so we kind of know the ups and downs and stuff. So
Daddy's here.
no, Daddy's not here yet. Daddy's still at work. That's Donna. That's our neighbor.
No, hi Donald.
Yeah, Donna's gonna go feed her animals. Anyway, so this past year was the first full year that we kind of experimented with our garden and checked out what works for us, what we need to improve on, and kind of just like a crash test course. And we're still eating on our harvest from last year, which is great. We have been taking it slower than anticipated just because I don't want to rush through everything and then be like, well, we have nothing halfway through the year. But our plan is to have 2 years worth of supplies. We have to buy more cans, more jars, and just kind of have like a 2-year supply of bumper crop, so we have that in storage. But that's pretty much where we are. I will update you guys as we go along. Thanks for hanging out and joining along. See ya.